Oh boy, what's up, guys? It's not like I got a whole ton of subscribers or nothing like that, like some of these guys do, but it's been a while since I've, I guess, posted a video on this old mill, as I call the old girl. It's pretty much wrapped up. I mean, I've been machining like stuff like crazy. One thing I've realized, over this course of a lot of years is that this is probably not the choice that I would have chosen, I guess, per se. But, I've got it and I have to make the best of what I got. So, because that's just what I do. That's just, I can't go out and buy the next best mill that I think will fit my needs. I have to, I guess, suck it up and drive on and make what I have work. That's just all I've known. But since then I've gotten, as you've seen, I've seen zero all axis. I've got several buttons. They're kind of like your F1, F2, F3, F4, and so on and so forth applications. Kind of like based that off of the Okuma that I used to run years ago. I found that some of this stuff is kind of legit. These are going to get moved down here. I was CNCing. You think you have it figured out, and you CNC'd stuff along the way that is okay, but after time progresses, you want to add to it. It's not really user friendly to be able to pull this panel out and CNC labels in there. So you have to find other means, and like this stop button, for example. I just pulled that and put that in the router and CNC'd the stop on there. You can't see it. There you go. And then, yeah, it looked pretty cool, but, in reality, it's like, I'm going to be the only guy running this, so I opted to just do this. We have at work, we have these labelers, and it's got a clear back sticker type of deal, and then so that showed up, and that worked out well for these buttons. I don't see a need to do that with that one because I know what it is, but and like I said, this whole deal here was just to kind of fill the panel. I'm sure there's several more things that I could probably add to it, but about the only thing I can say is, like I said, my feed rate. I'm going to move down here because this is my rapid and my feed rate. Rapid is that percentage when you pull up your when you pull up your pulse handle type deal. I'm at 100% on the feed rate, which I didn't know that. But anyhow, yeah, so that's going to be moved down here. I have labels to accommodate that. And then this is probably the best thing I ever did. I mean, even though I have conversation on this is so cool to me to be able to just kind of bump up here to have a calculator, I guess, on the fly. On the fly, when you're doing conversational, it can be a lot. So that's pretty cool. There you go, zero axis. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty much summed up. The only thing that I still have to add to, it's just such a long road for this damn thing. It's just ridiculous. Granted, I would like to have, I'm trying to so many, a course of probably a year or more of add-ons. But if I had to think about it, a whole full enclosure probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. But I just added on just the fact that I have this here, one plexiglass, you know, is 90 thousandths thickness shroud to be able, when I'm machining something, to keep the chips inside of there. I mean, that was everything right there. And of course I have the coolant and air. I've got my little, here, sorry, I machined the logo on my little, it's a repurposed valve block that had solenoids and several different things on a PLC application. So but to come over here, like I said, it's just trying to finalize the surround. Excuse me. I have the wire loom up here, which I absolutely completely hate, but I hope to hide that and be able to have this, like I said, this I've got my vise. I updated. I used to have this here, this one vise, and that was nice, but it seems to have a little bit more versatility on these vices here. I probably got, I don't know, if I had to guess, if I remember correctly, I think I got a deal on them. The two vices are 4 inches, but the reason I chose these was the fact that they had removable jaws in the back, so I could theoretically kind of tailor, you know, different things as far as that goes, because this machine here, I've captured probably 1 3/4 travel on the Y, on the positive direction. So that being said, then your rear vise jaws need to you know, see different modifications, I guess, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to capture, you know, the best bang for the buck, and this is what I got. Excuse me. And then like I said, the treadmill spindle has worked out well. If you do a pulley, I don't quite understand it, maybe it's just me. Like I said, if you do a if you do a pulley calculator, I took this, you know, this pulley off and machined a bunch of crap, and I don't even remember what all I did. I was on the fly. But that small pulley on the motor itself, and then this pulley here, I mean, I can get, right now I'm getting 3,600 at the spindle, you know, but these bearings here are rated for 3,000, so I didn't want to go over that, so to speak, because I didn't want any bearing troubles later on. But that in itself I don't quite understand, only in the fact that if you do a pulley calculator, it seems that you know, it wants a big pulley on the motor and a small pulley over here. But if I did that, I've tried several different pulleys on that. If I did that application, this damn motor did not want to spin up. I could barely get maybe 1,500 RPM out of it. So I don't know exactly what I was doing wrong, but that particular motor was, with that speed controller, was 2 horsepower. DC, I think it was 120 volts. So, you know, I don't know. It just didn't seem to jive with me, but I just made what I have work. So if I'm machining something, I have to do a lot of different Z passes that are shallow, so to speak. I can't Z down very aggressively. I can only go 40-50 thousandths at maybe 20% of full feed rate. So that being said, it really isn't a big issue. I just had to figure out what you know, I just had to learn the machine, so to speak, as far as what I have, and kind of run with it. So as of right now, she's pretty much wrapped up. The only thing that I have to marry is, which is stupid, I mean, this Wizards, it's a matter of just touching that and doing it, but I like these buttons. So yeah, I mean, it goes to that. It's just me wiring that to the iPack, and we're good on that. And then hiding this freaking rat trap up here. It's the PC in the driver box, which if I had to do that over, probably build that PC in the driver box all in one build box. So to wrap it up, the Grizzly CNC round column is successful, and it took a while to get. I've got 2000s backlash on the X and Y. I can tell you that any coupler that is a set screw style is absolute waste of time. You need to apply it to a Lovejoy style, and to where I could get a unit for you. But if you can't see that, I don't know. Yeah, you can't. Basically, all that is just your. Let me see here. Where's it? Sorry, I had to exit my Wizard. But you're like what I was talking about or trying to capture was, like, see that collar? If it clamps around the shaft, then that's the ones you need to go for. The set screw style that are only go around the shaft and then have a set screw, those are complete waste of time. I had so many problems with those. So once I upgraded to the style that grabbed the shaft, that was everything. It just seemed to repeat, and I never had any problems since. So to wrap it up, I got a lot of mess going on still, because it seems that's the shop, but I have a ton of material from work. But I'm going to try to make this nice, but in reality I'm the only guy that sees it, so it doesn't really matter. The tool library, had to pull that toolbox, as you've seen. It's up there now, and I'm still adding to it. I've got one 3/4 collet. I still have to pull this goddamn drawbar, which I absolutely freaking hate, but it is what it is, and I do it. It's 1 3/4 collet. Everything is tailored towards that. So to add on to it, I'm going to make the shroud so you can see this rat's nest, and then I'm also going to hopefully someday, one day, somewhere along the line, do a air drawbar to where it's got pneumatic washers or Belleville washers to pull the load on that drawbar and then drop the tool. And then that way I've got a foot pedal down here that I'll implement that with. So there you go. Yeah, she's been a long road, and she's a pretty nice repeatable machine now, but it's 100% CNC now. No turning back.